Easy for me to introduce our first guest. Don't have to think of a thing. All I have to do is read you a list of movies over the last 10 years or so, and you'll get the idea. That'll be The Day, Mahler, Stardust, Bugsy Malone, The Duelists, Midnight Express, Chariots of Fire, Local Hero, Cal, The Killing Fields, and this year Defence of the Realm, which opens in Dublin this week, tonight, as a matter of fact, and starring, of course, our very own Gabriel Byrne. Our first guest is the producer of all of those movies, one of the most successful producers to come on the film scene in the last 10 years or so. Would you welcome, please, Mr. David Puttnam? How you doing there? Oh, boy. You sure have had one heck of a good run, haven't you?
I have. It's got to end sometime.
It's got to end sometime. Not just yet, one hopes. Now, I make no bones about it. I'm in love with commercial cinema.
That's me.
That's you. That's what you said. I quote you. Have you very little time for the arty school?
I'm just not clever enough. I didn't get enough O-levels, unfortunately. So I'm really, in a way, defending my non-academic past.
What a good thing that was, that you didn't get enough O-levels. Do you go so far as to condemn them, or are you just a very commercial person?
I'm just envious of the people who did get enough O-levels and could make intellectual films. I'm stuck with commercial cinema. In fairness, that's what I fell in love with, and that's what I do.
It's odd that your name is as well known as any of the famous directors. Did you always just want to be a producer? When I say just, most people want to get their hands on that camera and start directing people.
No, Kate. The problem is we've started this interview off describing all of my inadequacies, so we'll get them all out of the way. I very much wanted to be a director, but it came clear to me quickly that I wasn't going to be a very good director. And I think I was sensible enough, or my dad was sensible enough, to advise me that it was a good idea to do what I could do well, rather than what I couldn't do badly. So here I am as a producer.
Why weren't you going to be a good director?
I say I wouldn't be good. I think I could be adequate. I don't think I could have been good. It requires a different type of skill, different type of patience, different type of concentration, and I don't think I had it. And I'm sorry for it. I mean, I would have loved to have been a very great director, but I'm not.
Alan Parker tells the interesting story, which you well know, that he started almost by accident, that down in the basement, tricking around with a camera. Oh, you were there, yes, indeed. And he was the only one who couldn't do anything, so he started saying cut and action and no, dear, don't do it that way, do it this way. And so he became a director, just as simple as that.
Well, Alan and I found a story about 10 years ago. I think he approved of it, and I certainly approve of it, whereby it was Gore Vidal said that they had it right in the 30s when the director used to be the producer's brother-in-law.
Yes.
Now, Alan wasn't my brother-in-law, but as near to it as possible. So I was just the one who didn't want to go to the basement at all.
Yeah.
That's why I became a producer.
Yeah. Now, it seems to me that you're the epitome of the self-improved entrepreneur, a capitalist, a Maggie Thatcherite. She has a high regard for you. Which comes first, money or movie making?
It sounds a bit of a cliche. I'm actually too busy making movies and too busy indulging my real love of movies to enjoy spending money. I'm not actually interested in money. I never have been. And I think that probably one of the reasons I've been able to get one of the two movies off the ground that I have is because I'm not motivated by money. And I don't want to, that sounds a bit pie, and I don't mean it that way. I just am not that interested. I've never found it difficult to earn a living. Equally, I've just never had the time to want to be rich.